Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Juanita. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so now. I'm doing this video on Monday. This is Monday. Money Monday. This is my Money Monday video on a book. A few weeks ago, I did a video and I spoke of Benjamin Franklin's book, Poor Richard's Almanac, and that's exactly how he spelled almanac. This book is not the original. Obviously, I would not be able to afford it, but this is a Hallmark book that was written in 1967, and I found it inside of an old trunk that I have. But like I said, the original would be in Washington, in the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. But this is about 229 years ago that Benjamin Franklin talked about a penny saved is a penny earned. Let's fast forward to over 200 years ahead to this book that I'm going to be reviewing. Now, I'm not going to review the whole book for obvious reason. It's a lot of stuff that needs to be said. This is a book about being broke, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it in my own way. Hopefully, I will give you some insight, but I mainly want to tell you what Larry said. What if someone said to you that you're broke because you want to be? What would someone tell you that you want your life to be exactly like it is? Financially depleted. In other words, broke. What if someone got right there up in your face and told you that you want to barely get by? What if someone told you that you want to be the person that pays their bills late? What if someone said that you like to mooch off your family, friends, co-workers, and anybody else that you can mooch off of? These are some of the words that Larry Wingert. Larry Wingert is the get up in your face and tell you like it is type of person. So, what if someone told you that you want to buy things you really cannot afford? What if someone said you want to have a car that you can't afford to pay for? What if someone told you you want to wear the latest fashion trends instead of paying your rent, your utility, and any other bill that you might have? What if somebody said that you want to spend instead of saving? Now, Larry did not say this. I did this. These are mine. I like to do this. I've been doing this probably for over 25, maybe 30 years. The word is spend. Spend, shop, party, eat out, never save, and dare somebody to tell you anything about it. Dare anybody to get up in your face and tell you anything about it. That's what I made the word spend read. Now, these are Larry's words. What if someone told you that you want to eat out instead of saving for your college or your kids' college or your children's college? No, I'm not that someone. Like I said, these quotes came from the book, You're Broke Because You Want to Be, by Larry Wingert. This is the book. Now, I'm not going to go through this whole book in this video. I'm going to limit this to around 10 or 11 minutes. But I'm going to make sure that we see where this man want to take us. And I'm going to do that in increments. Who is this man? Well, he's an author, a motivational speaker, and he once was the star of a TV show on A&E, which is a channel here in the United States, where he had a TV show called Big Spender. He would go into these people, life where they would be out shopping, and then he would surprise them and show them all of their financial situation where they should be out there shopping. And the show lasted about a year for a lot of reasons. One, probably because Larry is one of those get up in your face type of person. He don't mince words. The other reason is a lot of people didn't want to be exposing how badly their finances were on national TV. And this was around 2007 or 2008, I believe this program was on TV. The bottom line is this man in the TV show, The Big Spenders, made people to aware. What I'm trying to do is to bring up your awareness. That's all I'm trying to do, is to bring up your awareness. And this is Money Monday. So I want to be sure that when I go through this book fully, that he's going to have a resolution for you and for me. You know, this man says, and a lot of people is going to say this whole thing right here in this video, and they said it on, in his book, he even said this. People would say, you don't know me. What you doing up in my business? You don't know how I handle money. He says, because he used to be you is why he knows what you're doing. Like some people say, an alcoholic knows an alcoholic and an addict knows an addict. Because this man, back to him, you can get as defensive you want to, but the truth of the matter is, your action is going to speak louder than your word. And this is what he says. He says he knows you because he used to be you. If you didn't want to be broke, you wouldn't be broke. What he's saying is, nothing you say can undo what you're doing. In other words, you can say, I want to save money, but the next thing you know, you're out the door with your keys, running to the grocery store to buy stuff, or going to buy clothes or something. Your action is what you tell the world. Your action is, when he was on that TV show and he would go into these people's closets and he would see all of these rows of clothes and stuff like that, and then he would go to their financial book and then see the big old fat zero there. That is more telling than you saying, oh, I want to be rich. I just want to be comfortable. What is comfortable? Now, your action speaks louder than your words. If you didn't want to be broke, you wouldn't be, is what he's saying. Stop being a victim. Those unpaid bills did not get there overnight. Being broke don't sneak up on you overnight. The stock of unpaid bills, as I said, ain't good. The bills didn't get that big that quickly. Why should we listen to Larry Wingert? Well, one of the things, obviously you all wouldn't be able to see what he did on the TV show. It was only on, it'll probably, and maybe has been in rerun over the years. Because that was in 2007, 2008. This is 11 years later. But this still applies. There are still people, I mean, there are actors and actresses and people that make buku amount of money that die broke. And then there's people like Booker T. Washington, the scientist, the chemist, the botanist, that money didn't mean a thing to him. As a matter of fact, when he died, they found a ton of uncashed checks. That money didn't mean anything to him. His talent came from the Almighty, and he didn't need any money, and none of that mattered. But there are very few Booker T. Washington. Speaking of Booker T. Washington, he was offered $1 million to join the firm, and he refused. He said his talent was come from the Almighty. All of that, I said, just meant to be this. Some people glorify money, and that's all they do. Money, 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 money. And they die with 0 cents. Or you think this person had been a star for ever, would have X number. I know personally heard of singers and actors that made, I mean, a lot of money. I know Wilson Pickett, Jackie Wilson, and I'm only calling you the names of a few that you probably don't even know, but these are R&B singers that came about in the 50s and the 60s, but they died poor. And that's not, I'm just not talking about the African American person. I'm talking about everybody that do not know how to handle their money. This book is just an eye-opener, and I'm doing here to keep us aware that no, you don't have to glorify money, but you don't have to die poor. And I know you know how passionate I am about this because I talk about it so much. But when you see that man out there or that woman out there all dressed up, and if you followed them from the time they got dressed that morning to the time you saw them all dressed up and fancy, and you went in there and they had very little food in the refrigerator, could barely, and 3 or 4 months behind, maybe longer, on their rent because they got this fancy car, these fancy clothes, but nothing else. Like I said, there are still a few Booker T. Washingtons out there. I'm not one of them. But my neighbor says to me, she doesn't understand how I can not spend the money that I do on my 20, 40, 80 challenge. I do it because money is a medium to buy things, but I'm not so attached to it that I can't leave $500 or $600 in my present without spending it. It's not that it's important to me, but not to the point that because I see it, I have to spend it. No, that's not me. Anyway, I did run over, but thank you for watching. Be kind to yourself and others. I will continue with Larry Winget's book, You Are Broke Because You Want to Be. And we're going to find out what he wants to tell us. And hopefully we'll be able to do that in this series of this book. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I didn't irritate you too much. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so now. Love yourself, but don't be selfish, and be kind to others. Love you. Bye now.